Hey guys, so today is going to be part 4 of my China Glaze collection for the year 2016. But first I want to start off by going over what is on my nails. And I'm sure you're not really going to be able to tell too much. Okay, so that is that. And it is Salon Perfect's Glam Glitter, which is red and green and then gold hex glitters. And then this one here by Noodles Nail Polish. It's called White Christmas. One of my very first ever indies. And you can see the pretty red and green shimmers in there. However, I have to tell you, the formula on this, not so great. I mean, it looks very thin here on the brush, but it ends up being very thick and it doesn't self-level very nice. So, I mean, I don't think I'd get rid of it because it's got that nostalgic value to me, but I mean, it was actually so thick that it literally, from the peel-off base coat, just popped right off my nail there. So, yeah, anyway, so let's get started on part 4. It's my trusty nail wheel. Okay, first off, these are the blues that kind of like transition to darker and purple. So here we have, dun dun dun, Secret Peri-wink-le. There are a ton of polishes out there that dupe this. Milani's Power Peri-wink-le is one of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and give Power Peri-wink-le its swatch. Where am I? Right here. Okay. It does seem like it has a little bit of a thinner formula. Okay. So that is Power Peri-wink-le, first coat. Next we have this pretty purpley blue glitter. And this is all wrapped up. Okay. And I don't know if this is purple or blue, but I categorize it in my blues. So let's give all wrapped up its premiere. It's time to shine. Okay, so one coat of all wrapped up. And it is one of China Glaze's infamous micro glitters, where it's pretty much a one coat, or not one coat, but it'll be opaque on its own. Next we have this beauty. This is gorgeous. This is Star Hopping. And this is just phenomenal. This looks terrific matte. And I mean, it's just gorgeous. Beauty in a bottle. So let's go and give her a swatchy swatch. Beautiful. In a bluey base. There's blue glitters in there. There's holographic. It's just gorgeous. Next, I think is an older one. It's called Midnight Mission. And it's just like this blue, I want to say it's like kind of like a metallic foil type. Okay, so let's go ahead and give her a swatch. It's like a nice formula. We'll see. It looks like those brush strokes are diminishing. Next up is a fairly new one. This one's called Pondering. And it's this real pretty duochrome that looks purple and blue, and then there's some hints of green at the bottom. I just wish this would focus a little bit for my brush shots, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, right? That was my fault. I added just a little too much to my brush. Okay. It's very pretty on the nail. Looks almost more purple on the nail. Okay. Next up, this one here was a very big disappointment. I think to many. It's called Sleeping Under the Stars. And you see that very beautiful pink red shimmer in there. Yeah, well, you could say goodbye to it. Because once it's on the nail, you don't notice it as much. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch her. I mean, I'm expecting that something so apparent in the bottle should be just as apparent on the nail. And it's really not. And I mean, it kind of gives it like a pinky red like color then, instead of showing those shimmers. And putting a matte top coat on it really doesn't help either. So next up we have Blue Iguana. And this one is very pretty, and it's kind of like a duochrome as well. It leans purple. You can see a little bit of it down there. But this sucker is so sheer. I think I did like 4 coats on my nail when I wore it not too long ago. It's beautiful though. I mean, it is totally worth the 4 coats. And last up for this episode is another fairly new one. Let's Do It. And this one is a lilac glitter, and it looks like it's got blue in there. This came out with Pondering, and what was it called? The Great Outdoors. Okay. It's still blurry. Okay, so there is 1 coat of Let's Do It. Okay, now let's go back all the way to the beginning to Miss Secret Peri-wink-le. I just wanted to focus here though. There we go. Let me get just a little more on my brush. You know, I mean, Secret Peri-wink-le's just a little streaky for me, but I guess you'll have that. Here is all wrapped up. 2nd coat. And it does. It has pretty good coverage on 2 coats. 3 coats would probably make this fully opaque, or you could sponge it. Next up is star hopping. And this also, you can, I mean, it is opaque on its own, 2 coats, but you can also layer this over a black, you can layer it over a blue, and then you'll only basically need one coat instead of the 2. Next up is Midnight Mission, and it does look like those brush strokes went away. And this is just like a dark steel blue. That's what I want to call it. Steel blue. Okay, next up we have Pondering again. Which is that pretty duochrome in the bottle. Hopefully when I'm making the spin, it's got a real good formula. It's actually kind of out of focus and thin. Sorry guys. Kind of wants to run. You can see it's kind of a little bit thicker there. So next we have Sleeping Under the Stars. This one has a really good formula. It was pretty much opaque on the first coat. But like most of you polish addicts, we need 2 coats to feel complete. So we did 2 coats. And next up is 2 coats of Blue Iguana. And as you can see, it's still very, very sheer. Like I said, 3 or 4 coats will build this up nicely. It really is beautiful with a purple shimmer in it though. Like, not the purple shimmer, but once it gets built up to look like the bottle, it's got that purple duo-chrome. And lastly, we have Let's Do It. And this, I think this is probably better as a topper, but you could probably get it opaque by sponging it as well. Okay, so there is Secret Peri-wink-le all wrapped up, and this is going to need a top coat because it's going to dry gritty. Star hopping, look at how beautiful that is. Midnight Mission, Pondering. Now you could see towards the ends that it does get that bluey color. This is Star Hopping. Very, very, very subtle shimmer in there. Blue Iguana. And Let's Do It. Now, I just want to add a matte top coat to that Star Hopping because I really want you guys to see. I think it looks phenomenal with a matte top coat on it. And I'm using my favorite, which is Pure Ice. Frost Finish, I think it's called. Frost Finish Matte Top Coat from Pure Ice. I love this one. I think it's the best. Okay. So, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here with this, even though we're waiting for this to get matte, and I'll show it to you in part. No. I will take a still shot of it and include it at the end of the photo. I'm going to move on to part 5, which will be up the following Tuesday or Thursday from this. So I will take a still shot of that when it is completely dry to show you. Thanks for watching.